Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Morning, Dr. Deepak.
Morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everybody. So, Juno will come soon, so he will lead the session for the MMF today. So, yeah, just give a second.
Mr. Joseph, could you take the attendance, please?
Yes, I can do that. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to share the recording of this session after we complete it. So I'm going to remove all the AI note takers like autopilot.
Dear students, I request everyone to turn on their cameras so that we can all see each other. Right. Just waiting for a doctor to join.
Joseph, also please make a note of if everybody is there, all the students starting from uh, our private batch one and the sprinters too.
Okay.
Sai Kiran has told he would not be joining, so that is okay. Joseph, should we kick it off?
Yeah. Just waiting for doctor to join. I've sent him the link. He was asking for the link.
Okay.
Or should we start off?
Let's just wait for another 1 minute and then we kick it off. I think meanwhile you could start introducing everybody. Let's just wait for another minute and we kick it off.
Okay. Great. Satyapriyan, Sudarshan, Sheila, Can you turn on your cameras, please? And Shiva Subramani. And Daya Bharani also. Can you turn on your cameras, please?
Joseph, I think we should start. We could introduce doctor when he arrives.
Doctor says he's not able to get in.
Was this the right link that we have sent?
Yeah, the same link.
I mean, this is an open call, so it should not be a problem. Satyapriyan, it is okay for this time, but you'll have to bring a webcam pretty soon, so that we need your video presence when we are talking with international companies and with Indian mentors. So just please bring a plugin, and like it was already mentioned yesterday, your videos will be on. So make sure, please don't repeat that again.
Okay.
Joseph, I'm gonna just give him a call and ask what's happening.
Okay. He's on chat.
You could probably start with introducing Callus team meanwhile.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Joseph, you're muted. Joseph, you're muted. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good morning, students. A warm welcome to you all. Delighted to see you all here. My name is Joseph Jude, and I am the technical coordinator for the Sprint program. I take this moment to introduce some of our esteemed members and mentors of our council, starting off with Dr. Deepak Palaksha. He's the country head. He's done his MS in Germany, PhD in Norway, and he's also a scientist. He will be leading this program. Also, Mr. Ryan Kim, the CEO of Callus Company. He's done his majors in computer engineering from Case West Reserve University. He's also a founding member of Institute of Blockchain Technology. Mr. Juno, the CTO of Callus Company. He's majors in biomedical engineering from Case West Reserve University, and he's currently the technology officer. Also, Dr. Sridhar will be joining soon. Professor Dr. Sridhar is the chairman, head of International Institute of Medical Science and Technology Council. He is also a neuroscientist. At this moment, I would like to hand over the call to Dr. Deepak. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Joseph. I appreciate. Joseph will be the technical manager of the entire program. So anything related to your technical challenges, you could always coordinate with him. He will be also for students. The existing students know Joseph pretty well, right? But students from Adiman, please make a note that Joseph will be the point of contact for you. If you have any questions regarding the technical aspects, we'll introduce another coordinator called Dr. Mohan, who is going to be responsible for anything related to admin related things. Okay, great. First of all, I would like to welcome everybody for this amazing session with Callus Company directly from South Korea. All of the students who are already part of previous batches understand the importance of having a strong CV, right? Especially in the current job market. However, a lot of the times we generally neglect or ignore the value of it. And it is very important to keep it to international standards if you have to attract very strong international companies as well. Um, uh, First of all, thanking all the Adyaman students to be sending their resumes at the right time. However, how many of you from the Adyaman students think their resume was really to the mark? Can somebody show your hands, like with the symbol? Good, Satyapriya. So basically, two things that I realized from looking at the resumes is there had to be a lot of standards which had to come, and there had to be a lot of information which was actually missed out, especially on what is the level of each skill. For example, if you talk about Python, it's very important what is your level there, because just putting Python will give a very wrong impression for an international company in our particular case, because if you put Python, they would think you're perfect in Python. So it's very important to put what stage you are in so that the project scoping could also be to that particular point. In addition, how many of you were really impressed with the emails you had sent attaching the resume? The email that you had sent for attaching the resume. Students from Adyaman, please show rise of hands if you think you were really happy with how you sent the resume in the email. Okay, none, as expected. So we were really not that happy with the way the emails were written. It was like attached email resume. This is my resume, and as keeping it short is nice, but not that short as well. So we also have another follow-up session today evening at 9 p.m., which is primarily regarding how you have to communicate via email and other communication channels, because it's remotely done. We think these are the two major things which has to come into place initially before starting any project. So that's why we are starting off with the resume creation, which is going to also help you elsewhere, right? And the second bit is going to be on the email in the night at 9 p.m. So not further delaying things, I'm going to hand it over to our Callis partners, Ryan, Juno, and Paul is here. So please take it.
I'd like to introduce Paul. Paul's our strategy officer and also co-founder, and he also manages the marketing material. So he's basically the CSO, CMO of Kellogg's company. And say hi, Paul. I think it's named Kyujin, so it's his Korean name, but you can call him Paul. Okay.
Hi, Joseph. Hi, Deepak. Yeah.
So he'll
Hi,
be
hi,
running the second phase, and I'll be running the first phase. I'll also run the second phase, actually. So so first part will be my masterclass on the curricular vitae, CV, or resume, right? All the same thing. So they're basically saying what you've done and your profile that you want to send it to a company. And I want to give you a masterclass on this. And also at the end, I have a little gift for you so that you guys could also get those gifts at the end. And after that, we're going to run a little problem solution practice session like last time. We're going to break our room into 3 separate rooms where about 5 to 6 students will be joining. So I'll start. I'll start sharing my screen, and let me know if you guys can see or not. Can you guys see?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So this is my presentation for CV, preparing unbeatable CV. And the reason why we're doing this masterclass is we have students joining from Adiyaman College, Adiyaman University, and you guys will be preparing resume soon. And we also have existing students, our pilot batch students, who also happen to have CVs, but we want to have a little bit more of industry standard CV so that you can prepare that for your international companies. And I'll start. So the title is Preparing Unbeatable CV. So I'll just go straight to the point, right? Things that you shouldn't do. This is, and all the materials, I'll share it via Joseph or Deepak. So after this, I'm going to share this to you so that you can distribute these materials to the students. So here's the thing, right? That we want our resume to not waste any white space, right? You don't want your resume to be fancy. That's the second thing. And third is you don't want your resume to be long. Okay? You don't want to write down your paragraph inside the resume. And you don't want to make mistakes. Don't make mistakes. So these are the 4 don'ts that I want to start. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of examine how we can structure our one-pager. So our resume, we want it to be a one-pager. We don't want it to be like long ones, because first of all, industry partners, they don't have time to read your resume. So they'll just look at your resume and like they just glance through it, and they will figure out whether if it's worthy of taking a deeper look at or not. Okay, so that's the main thing. Heading, right? Start with the heading. First part, okay? Your name. Write down your full legal name without any typos. That's the very important bit, right? And try to write down the full name that's shown in your passport or the official ID. And then, same thing, the email, phone number, same bit. Second thing, school name, major, and specialization, if there's any. So within the major, there are specializations, right? Specialties. And you can write down in a hyphen, and also your cumulative GPA, and what's the awaited portion or the maximum GPA that you can get, because it all differs by the university. Some have like 4.5, some have 4.3, 4.0, different standards. So make sure you write down like your GPA. And the third part is also very important, is a related coursework that you have to list out. Don't list out everything that you did in the coursework. These courseworks must be the ones that are relevant to the company that you're applying to. So if you're applying for biomedical industry, you want to write down the courseworks that are relevant to the biomedical industry. And if you're applying for like engineering, like mechanical engineering company, you want to change the related coursework accordingly. So this list has to be changing and evolving, right? So don't think of your resume as a silver bullet for everything or every company. You have to change and you have to optimize for all different companies that you're applying to. That's the main thing, okay? The second part, right? The publication part, you might not have this. You might have this maybe after your master's or after your PhDs, but I'm just putting this out there just to give you a reference. So in the publication sector, this is actually my publication. You want to follow a specific format. You don't want to write down just the title and the year that was published. You have to specifically follow a format that's called APA 7 format. And that is the way to show your professionalism, right? Because you want to be perfect in your resume. And you want to show that professionalism to the industry partner. And what is APA 7 format? I kindly added the site so that you can refer to it. So basically the name, year, title, journal, and the page and the link. So you have to follow this format. And like I told you, this document will be provided to you so that you can always refer back to it. So that's the publication part. Work part, which is the most important part, right? So work part is the major part in the sample resume. This is one that you would be building as you progress in the work experience, as you grow your work experience. This list will go on, but we want to keep the ones that's the most recent at the top, okay? And you have to put it in a chronological order. That's number 5. And first one, number 1 is the company name. And the second one is the location and duration. That's in the italics. And third is your position in the company. And fourth is very important, job description. And you don't want to put just random, all like detailed job descriptions. You want to put it in a past tense verb. So as if you were doing like utilized or used or, you know, programmed or managed. You start with that, right? And first two is just a description, but you have some exceptions, but mostly try to write it in the past verb tense. Okay. And keep it in a chronological order is the main thing. And try to keep in the same format throughout the same work section. Okay. Programming skills or skills, right? That's the bottom part of it. And since we want to cram everything in the one pager, we have to be very concise and you have to be very relevant to the specific industry. So in this programming part, if you have a production level proficiency, write down in this title as a production level proficiency, meaning that you are able to use such programming skills in a production environment easily. That means that you've at least used this for about 2 to 3 years, and you're just really fluent in using the programming language. That's the first part. And the second part is you want to break down your skills into programming language, frameworks, and tools. Those are all different scopes. So if you're not familiar with the differences between programming language and frameworks and tools, try to learn the difference first before you write it. Okay? Language is basically the language, but the frameworks are the libraries or the things that build on top of the language. Tools build on top of the language is different. So if you are proficient in TypeScript, that doesn't mean that you're proficient in some of the libraries in TypeScript. So it's all different. So you have to make sure that you know the difference between all these so that you can, and then you can write the things that are relevant in the production level proficiency. Okay? That's the programming part. But here's the thing, right? I mean, if you look at this resume might not be suitable for you guys, for students especially, because you don't have that many projects or the work, right, that you did. So this part might be very short in your case. So how can we address this, right? We're going to go with the type 2 CV. This is the one that you should follow, and I will provide the template to it. And we have to go for the do's, right? So what's really important? This is the type 2 CV that I changed a bit, and you have to fill it out, meaning that you have to fill the entire one pager as if you have too many information to cram in. So same thing applies, like don't waste the white space, don't make typos, all of that thing. On top of that, you have to make note of these three. Do fill them out. Do start your projects. Do add references. So I'm gonna address what these means. So meaning that if you don't have any like side projects or personal projects, you have to start your personal projects in order to write down your resume, colorful resume. That's the main mandatory thing that you have to follow up. So let's go over the project part. I mean, the top part is the same, right? Top part is just the education. If you have a work, same thing, but the project bit is a different thing. So you can add project like this. Project name, same thing. Very similar structure to the work that I just explained to you guys. But the project name and the date you have to put in. But this is the most important bit. Project link. You have to have a link. If you have a personal project, you have to have a link. That means that you have to put down the reference. Right? Reference is very important. So if you have a personal project without a link, it just means that you don't have any project. You have to showcase something, at least in the website or in your blog post or GitHub. Try to add the project link. If not, make it, and document it and provide it in the resume. And you have to add the description in the same past tense verb basis, the one that I described previously in the work section. And the duration is the same, right? And also a chronological order from the most recent to the oldest. Okay. So instead of the work, you can populate your resume with the projects, personal projects. That's the key takeaway here. And programming skills is also a little bit different. As I mentioned, you might not have a lot of work, so you might have huge white space in the bottom. So we want to showcase more of your skills instead of your work, right? So in this programming section, we want to separate it into production level proficiency, development level proficiency. Okay. And here's the thing, right? If you don't have many skills, try to learn it and put it in the development level proficiency. And learning a new skill isn't that difficult nowadays. You can watch 5 hours YouTube and learn how to Photoshop. You can watch 3 hours video to learn how to use video editing tools like DaVinci Resolve for free. So try to do it and fill it out in the development level for proficiency. So get those skills under your belt as soon as possible to build this, fat programming skill section. Okay. That's very important. That's something that you can start right now. So no excuses, right? And the second part would be the other skills, right? Word documenting skills, Excel, Photoshop, Illustrator, Figma. Like these are not necessarily programming skills. These are the tools that you can use, right, to enhance your productivity. So that's the thing that you can add. Okay. So my gift to you are these templates. You can access these templates for free, and I'll tell you how to use it. See, I made this amazing guide so that you can follow how to use it. You open a link, right? You just click on the link. This is clickable, right? You can click it, right? You can open it and open a link, and it's read only, so you can make changes directly. Click on a file and select make copy. Where is it? Make copy. And this will show up. Click on this folder and it will show you your drive. Select my drive to save a copy to, right? So it's going to copy a document to your drive. So click on the make copy and it will now be editable. Okay? So you can directly make changes. And then you can change your title and change the contents inside. Download PDF. You're done. One pager is done. Okay? So I think it was pretty quick, right? How was it? Like 15 minutes? 20 minutes? So this is what I'm looking for, right? So no fancy design, just the useful texts, links, emails, straight to the point, no mistakes. Okay? Typos are it's really, really difficult, right? I mean, try to find all the typos, make it correct, and showcase that your professionalism and perfectionism that all employers love, okay? Including myself. So any questions? Yeah, Joseph.
Thank you, Juno. That's a great presentation. I think very well presented. I have noticed some of them use, the company logos or their, university logos on the resume to make it look more beautiful or more appealing. Is this something that you would suggest?
No. Because just simple, the main point of resume, what speaks loudest in the resume are your contents and your skills, and what you've done, and the links associated with those contents. That's all. So, I mean, some company require you to add like photos and everything. So those we have to adapt to. But try to keep it minimal and show that I think the main point of resume is that I have so much to show that I have to cram everything in this tight format and have a look at it quickly, right? And very important thing that I think I skipped through, right? Very important thing about writing descriptions, especially, is that these order of bullet points is not random. Order of bullet points is on the order of importance. So the most important thing must be at the top for each section. because normally they're going to skim through and they're just going to look at one or two and they're going to decide whether it's worthy of keep reading or not. Okay, so try to keep it very strategic in ordering your bullet points, and only keep the ones that are relevant. So like if you feel like it's just it's just like too much detail, like leave it out, just delete it. Okay, that's the art of it. Okay.
Great.
Any questions from student side? Yeah, Krish. Yep.
So about the reference part, we have to add links related to something related in GitHub or YouTube find, or can we add a reference papers also? We are doing a research, so we could add a research papers also in it.
If the research is written by you, add it. If the research is not written by you, you don't have to add it in your resume.
Okay, research is done by us. We are working on a project, so that project research papers could be added in it.
Yes, yes. So that should be, if the research is done, that should be in the publication part. Okay? So publication part following the APA 7 format. Okay? So the publication means that you worked on a publication and published it in a journal of like a reputable journal. So it's kind of, it's credited in a way. So we want to have it very formally. Put it in your resume.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Okay, other questions?
Yeah.
Very clear, perfectly clear. Okay, so yep, Deepak, yep, Dr. Deepak.
Hi, John. Thank you for the excellent presentation. One question I had is how would students evaluate their skills? Meaning, how would somebody?
Totally get it. Totally get it. Okay.
How would
So-
they know what is the level of
Hmm.
skills they have, right? Meaning, so if I'm worked on Python, how should I rate myself from 1 to 5?
So I suggest not to rate it based on 0 to 5 scale, but rather put it in a production level proficiency and a development level proficiency. So production level proficiency means that you can jump right into the project. You don't have to have that many study for these programming skills. Development level proficiency kind of hints that you are knowledgeable, but you still have to, cut some edges off to make it perfect, right? Also, this is not the only thing that speaks out in the resume. Project part is the very important bit, because if you've done a project using a Python or the JavaScript, that speaks way louder than the skills itself, and also your code base inside the project link. This will be the compounding effect of your programming skills. So that's why I strategically put project section, so that you guys can showcase more of your actual projects to the company. That's what really matters. Company doesn't really care if you have like A or B. I mean, as long as you don't fail. But if you do have really rich personal project with a lot of skills incorporated inside a personal project, they will love it, right? They will be very curious to know more about the personal project in the actual interview. Again, resume is not, it doesn't do everything, right? Resume is the one that we want to elicit or to bring out the curiosity of the industry, so that in the interview, they're going to ask you a lot of questions regarding your resume. So we want to put a lot of information like links, descriptions, very descriptive and showcasing your skills effectively. And then you're good to go. Yep. Okay. One more question, maybe? Yep, Joseph.
Sorry if I'm bothering you with questions.
No. All good.
Yeah. So, for example, they would ask, some of the companies would ask for your reference managers, right? The person that you worked with, right? Your colleague's email ID, or the reference number, to cross check your background or your, is it good to mention that in the resume, or is it off resume?
Sorry. can you repeat one more?
Yeah. So basically,
Right, yeah.
you add references, right? The let's say your reporting manager, right? And so the companies here would do a background check. If you really work here, right? So they would call up your reporting manager, or write an email to them. So is it good to mention their email IDs and phone numbers here?
I don't think so. No. Because if they want to check the reference, they're gonna ask you in the interview or the email. But those information is, you don't have to put it in the resume. Yeah. I think it's just another like noise, to be honest. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, I guess so I'll provide this PDF. I mean, I kind of went through quite quickly, so you might have some more questions. So I'm going to provide this PDF through via Joseph, and you guys go benefit from it. And yeah, that's it for my masterclass today. And that's it. And also let's start off with the brain teaser session, the fun bit, right? You guys love this session. So wait, Ryan, can we break up our room into 3?
Yes, sure. I'm gonna break this room into 3. Some groups might have 6 people in it, and some group will have 7 people in it. So this is basically an interview practice session. We call this case interview session. We're gonna ask you to come up with a very intelligent and good answers to interview questions. These questions are going to prepare you for like logical thinkings, creative thinkings, which will show up in the actual industry interview. So I'm gonna break this room into 3, and each one of us from Calus will run each room. So I'm gonna break the room, and you can click on this pop-up. You're gonna show a pop-up on your Google Meet website. Please click on the pop-up link that's gonna lead you to this separate room.
you